Hello, my name is Patrick McMean, and I am in this semester's international marketing class in the University of Illinois Springfield. And this is my project, shopping in an ethnic store. Over the weekend, I stopped by a couple different stores trying to find a product that I could find similar and a culture that I felt was a little different that I could speak about. And the store I ended up with was one that was actually pretty close to home, surprisingly close to home actually. It was right across the street from where I live. It is called the Bettine Market, and I don't know if you're familiar with Philly, Illinois. It's off of Roanoke Road in Shopping Plaza, kind of right behind the movie theater there. So it's a newer market, been in Peoria for about a year, opened up around Christmas, and they serve a wide variety of Middle Eastern foods. You can get meat pies there. There's bread pockets full of wheat. They have fresh lamb available, and all kinds of different things from that culture. There's a deep appreciation for the culture that they have in the Middle East within the store. You'll see pictures of different religious groups meeting in different markets in the county, and there's a framed picture of the young man who was in his 20s, which was surprising to me after I spoke to him, and the market his father used to own in the area, and he tried to inspire the things he brought into his area through the cultures and the things he grew up with, which brings me to one of the things he told me about, which is the product I ended up picking, was Alibaba wafers, which I'll get into a little bit here. But the thing about that area is there's so many different types of foods that they go into. There's different spices. Everything's a little bit different. Kind of the things the professor talked about, some of the different spices and things was very prevalent. And as you walked around the store, a lot of the things you saw were similar to the things we would see in an American store. Bright colors, mascots, but everything was a little different. But in the same hand, I saw some familiar logos. I saw a Nestle. I saw Jardinera from Chicago. So I'm not entirely sure how much that is from the Middle East and maybe just picked up in Chicago to fit along with the culture of the area of the store, because he does get all of his meat and produce and everything like that from Chicago. So he spoke about some of the Middle Eastern food companies that he works with that are based in Chicago, where they bring food from there to here, and he actually goes up every week and drives to Chicago and brings back fresh vegetables. Um, there's eggplant there. There's things that you don't normally see. On top of that, I saw a wide variety of everything from sweets to salty foods. But I was surprised by a large amount of sweets, and that'll bring me a little bit closer to the product I actually went with, which was the Alibaba wafer. And I'll bring it closer here for the camera so you can see. I know there's a little bit of a glare there, but you can see the mascot, and it is a chocolate wafer, similar to what you'd see there. One of the things I noticed right off the bat was some of the symboling along the top. It reminded me of some religious symbols and everything like that, which is something you don't typically see on American products. You can see the same logos on the side. Along with that, there's also some writing in Arabic along the bottom. I know there's some glare there, but it's right around here. If you look, probably not a great representation. The American product I bought that was similar was the Keebler Elf. They had fudge sticks, a little bit different, maybe a little sweeter. One of the things I noticed right off the bat is calories. While the products look very similar in picture and everything, if you take a look at the two pictures, you probably couldn't tell the difference between the two. The Alibaba product is actually lower in calories, and some of the things that were surprising to me when looking at these kind of details was sodium. The sodium is much higher in the American product, and it surprised me the difference in those kind of things. When I look at the ingredients, they're almost identical. I think the American product has some more chemicals in them that I noticed that I didn't see as much in the Alibaba wafers. So the Keebler Elf is maybe pumping you full of some other things you didn't want to think about. Where the Alibaba man was he was a little more forthright, maybe not putting as much chemical in there. But our main ingredients on both products, wheat, flour, and sugar, were the big things we saw right off the bat, which wheat, a big part of Middle Eastern food. They say it's one of the first places to start using wheat in food, which I found out with some research. That was pretty impressive to me in different pockets. And like I said, the meat finds over there. I didn't get one. I chickened out a little bit, but I thought about it. It looked very good. So I might stop by. It's close enough to home. I might go back and get another one. But some of the things that, as a culture, really surprised me here when I looked at them was they both have mascots that are popular in the area. Now the Keebler Elf maybe not as popular nowadays. When I was a kid, you see the Keebler Elf. Everybody remembers Keebler Elf. You can kind of see him. He's the little guy on the bottom there. Used to live in a tree. He was fun. They pour fudge all over everything. He's a fun guy. But the Alibaba man, and he's actually the title, the wafers are named after Alibaba. You can see him there. Is well known in the culture, and families know about him, and they say it's a treat that your children crave and you as an adult remember. So it's something that very much the cultures in that area grew up with, much like we did with the Keebler Elf. So one of the things, a lot of similarities in the marketing there. You know, with a chocolate, a sweet candy meant for kids, you get that mascot because as a kid, he's fun, he's entertaining, he makes you laugh a little bit. As an adult, you look back and see these characters and they remind you of the good feelings you had as a child. So, you know, different areas, similar product, using the same marketing techniques of bringing a smiling character to you that you're going to remember and connotate with fun and doing sleepovers with your friends and stuff while you were there. The Alibaba wafers are actually part of the Synachron, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, food group, and they do some mass distribution. If you do a quick search on YouTube, you can actually see there's a video of the factory in the area where they make the wafers there. So it's pretty entertaining. I learned some new information about that here. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know what it is about it. I mean, the products look similar, like I said, but the Alibaba wafers you'd think would be more expensive because they were shipped from another area. There's more in it. But to be honest with you, they were a bit cheaper than the American product. The American fudge sticks was about $3.25. I think there's about, I don't see exactly what it says. I think there's about probably 15 little fudge sticks in there. But this is a box, I mean, you'll see as I open this up here, I mean, it's a full box of, I mean, it looks like about 40 full wafers. I mean, it's thick and there's a lot in there. So, I mean, for the price you get a lot more of the Alibaba wafer than you do with the Keebler Elf fudge stick. I'm going to rip this guy open here and you'll kind of see here that I think he's more of a, not individually wrapped. They're all just kind of stuck in there and inside of there. But I'm going to try both products here. I'm actually going to toss one to my fiance here. She's off camera. She doesn't want to be seen, but you know, maybe she'll give us some insight on what she thought about them. So I'll give you one of those, and here's one of these as well. She doesn't want to be on camera. She's camera shy. But so I've got the American fudge stick. I'm going to go for that first because I'm a little bit more familiar with it. So we're going to eat both here at the same time. Definitely tastes, you know, very similar to what I'm used to. It's sweet. It's got the wafery taste. Kind of reminds me of my grandma when she used to sneak me a cookie, but very sweet. It's got a creamy taste to it in the middle. Very good. Like you grew up tasting. I'm going to try this Alibaba wafer, which I'm having a little trouble opening. Looking at it right off the bat, it's a little bit bigger, but it feels lighter. It's not as heavy as the other wafer, but I'm getting a look right now. Maybe it doesn't taste as good. I'm going to go for it here. A much different taste. It's very light. It's airy. I'm not sure if that's like cinnamon. Definitely not as sweet. You can taste the wheat. Yeah, definitely more of like the wheat flavor in that compared to the fudge stick, which tastes a lot more like sugar. But here's a little side-by-side of the two products. So this one's a lot smaller, this one's a little bigger, but this one's thicker and rounder. This one's a little more light and airier. You know, if I had to pick one, I'd probably go with what I'm used to, the Keebler Elf. It's a better taste to me. But I did learn a lot. I saw a lot about a different culture. You know, the young man who opened the market in the area. brings in all kinds of different things from the area that you can't find anywhere else. He brings whole head jibabs, the scarf, part of Middle Eastern clothing, and also long robes and everything like that for people to buy. So he makes those items readily available in his store. So it provides a service that isn't readily available in the Peoria area, while also offering some great food and good prices. There's some pistachio candies in there I thought about trying. I also picked up one other item I'm going to grab before I let you go. It is a soda pop, and it's called a Vimto, and it just says fruit flavored soda. So I'm going to try this out here as well, kind of get an idea of what I'm getting in for. I'm thinking I'm going to find something similar, or maybe not as sweet as I'm used to, but very good. So smelling it, it smells like a bubblegum kind of flavored soda. It's got a pretty good smell to it. It's exactly how I describe it, like a bubblegum flavored soda. So a lot of products maybe look a little bit different with this. Right off the bat, it looks a little more dull in the coloring than what we'd see in an American marketed product. I think American got a lot more bright colors. While this has got red and yellow bright colors nonetheless, but they're a little dulled. They're not as bright in your face as you're used to. So that was my presentation there. I learned a lot about Middle Eastern food in the Middle Eastern area from the Poutine Market. You can check them out here in Peoria, right off of Willow Knolls, next to Heartland Bank and all that. So thank you very much for watching, and have a great night.